closer? Would that be better? Or is it?
This is how I have to stand?
Okay.
All right.
Hi.
Hello?
This is my buddy. We're doing 3 questions. What's your name again?
Rob.
Rob. That's right. Rob. And K.
K. Yeah.
Got it.
See?
No, I got it. It took me a second. First I wanted to say Bob. Close. It's not Bob. That's Rob. Yeah, right. Okay. So he's asking me questions. He says he's going to go open.
I've listened to the album Waylon Forever consistently for the past like 6 months because it's just fantastic. What was it like with the 357s and working with your dad's vocals?
Yeah.
It's been amazing.
Well, it was like the original album of that. It was something called, it's a very strange name. It was called Phoenix Sun. It was written F-E-N-I-X-O-N. It was a project that me and my dad did together when I was 16. We did, it was like literally 16 tracks. It had a bunch of songs that I sang alone, and then a bunch of songs he sang alone, and then it was like one that we were together on Found the Bodies.
Right.
So I basically took the vocals from his tracks and we redid the music to 357s, which was cool. I mean, the other version of it sounds like a Nine Inch Nails record or something. It's like really, it's like industrial with his voice.
Oh wow. Yeah. That I'd like to hear.
I'll put it out. It's pretty wild, man. But it was a project that like meant a lot to both of us then. So, but we never did anything. So it was kind of like I felt like doing Waylon Forever was taking his side of it and really celebrating it and doing something kind of different in where I was at that point in my life. Because the first one was where I was when I was 16. This is where I was when I was 26, 27, you know, so 28 actually. But you know, one day I'll release that other one too, because I know it'll be something. It's really, I mean, I was 16, I was doing all the music, so it's what it is. But one day we'll put it out there so people can check it out, you know.
Right. No, that's something I'd love to hear.
It was cool. It was cool because it was done. I programmed all the music, so it was done to a metronome, click, and it was pretty easy to take his vocals. When we first went in and did like the first song, his voice came in. It was totally trippy, man. It was cool. Yeah. But I was really proud that we were able to do something with it and put it out there like that in that form. So that's cool, man. I'm glad you like it. Wimmer's Blue is my favorite track on it. Well, just because the psychedelics, the musically.
Amazing, amazing.
Yeah, it's really fun. And we just had a blast making that record.
Once a Monterey Meek is my favorite because that's one of my favorite songs when I get it.
Right on.
But my fiance here, we're actually getting married on 4th of July. But she's a big fan of your song Black Ribbons, and she just wants to know what inspired that song Black Ribbons.
That was when I was. I'll tell you exactly what inspired that. It was my headspace when we put out the Wolf and we went on this tour. It was really depressing. It was really kind of just everything started in a weird way. Like me and Leroy, our guitar player, had a falling out, and you know we parted ways, and then like we went on this tour that was really not just good. Things started to feel like they were falling apart, and during that time, there was like our band was falling apart. So it was kind of like it was a weird period of time. At the same time, my label, I was done with my deal, and I was given the option to come back or stay. And so that was at the end. That was the beginning of 2008. In that same period of time, throughout that next year, I just felt really like it was one of those things where we had this bump with the 4th of July that kind of slowly went this way, and then the label changed heads, and it was just like we dropped off planet. It was just like this weird void, and I just felt like really defeated. So it was like really, that song was exactly how I felt in one of those moments I wrote it. I'd probably say it late, probably like July or August of 2008. And that was the first song that was written before that record. And when I went into the project and knew what I was doing, I mean, I knew that was going to be like kind of the anchor for the record, sort of emotionally as a song, because everything else kind of went so many different places, you know. But it was definitely like, I mean, I was depressed, I felt defeated, I felt like I couldn't, it was really, you know, music is so important to me, like it's part of who I am. And I don't care about success or anything like that, but being on a straight and narrow path and being able to make music and play music was really a good place. Somewhere I felt very comfortable and happy. And it's like this place I felt very derailed, and I felt like a lot of my friends. It was weird. All of a sudden, you know, we had success, there was a lot of people around, and then everybody dispersed. It was like, hitting rock bottom. So
Yeah.
that was kind of what that song was. As it sounds like, lyrically, that's what it was.
Oh, it's beautiful. Third question for you here is, what brought you back to the country after doing such a great rock and roll album, a great hard rock album?
Well, I'll tell you that I feel like with Black Ribbons, I mean, that's still going to be, always going to be one of my personal, I think, achievements, I feel like.
Yeah.
I mean, that's something that had nothing to do with my dad's legacy. It had everything to do with kind of my broad musical taste and things like that. But after I got done with that, it was almost like there was something. For the first 3 records, there was something in me where I really wanted to achieve something like that. It sounded like that. And then after I did that, like the last thing in my mind was to go do another one. Like I started at a very basic level again. I started writing songs on acoustic. I didn't know our album was going to be as country as it was. I thought it was going to sound more like a John Prine record than I thought it did. And it just was very natural how I fell into that. So I was surprised. But I was really just, like at that point, I really want to focus on songwriting and writing some really simple songs that would translate musically and make a step in a different direction. As a band, because at the time I just felt like I was far, like Black Ribbons was like my glass ceiling of where I was. So this way I just felt like I wanted to take a step. It was just going to be about songwriting. Now I do plan on doing another record like that, but it's not right away. Like I felt like we the Hierophant thing, like I'd like to do another Hierophant record. In my mind I see that coming down the line. We have another record coming out in September. We have 2 records we did at the same time. We have Family and Love Life that's going to come out in September.
Very cool.
And then we're going to do a 3rd record like those. And then I think then we'll do
Okay.
So it's like I'm not giving up. You tell me to wrap it up? I'm the one talking. I'm the one who needs to wrap this shit up. No, it's, by the way, it's fine, but I mean, those, I don't know, I love that record. I love the way that was. That will always be part of what I'm doing. I don't know how it's going to come out in whatever record, this, that, or the other, but, to me, there's a very large spectrum of music that I really love. From country to rock to all these things. I don't really think it has to be separated, but at the same time, I like the fact that I established this really like out there, dark side thing that I can always go back to. It's like I always say this about when you make albums, it's like adding rooms to your house. So you still have all the other rooms that you had with all the other shit in them. You're like, I just put like a blacklight video game room in the corner when I did that record, and now I can like, if I want to go up there and get this out of that room, bring it over to this room, it's fine. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's like, to me, like by the end of it, my goal is to have a house with a lot of rooms in it.
And I'll buy it.
And then I'll get lost in it. Just get really lost in the house, and maybe it burns down that way. Yeah, well,
all right.
That was fun, man. Sorry I got to talk your ear off.
Hey, no, that's cool.